Congratulations! You've made it through your initial training. Your next step to becoming part of the most elite instructors in the world is to complete an assessment video. First thing you should do, practice, practice, and practice some more. This is your chance to shine. When you feel like you're ready to video, here are some things you need to do. First, decide on a time when you want to record yourself teaching. If you already have a class on the schedule, great. If you don't, find a time when your group fitness studio is available, grab a couple of friends and go for it. Just be sure to okay it with your group fitness manager first.
At the beginning of your video, stand in front of your camera and give a personal introduction. This should include your full name, the program and release you're about to teach, your telephone number, and your email address. All of this can be done in a separate video clip at home if you don't want to do it in front of your class. One great way to give us your information is to print it on a piece of paper and hold it up in front of the camera. Like this. Now, once you get into the room and you're ready to video, set your camera up on a tripod or on some risers. No need to move it around once you have it set. Set the camera directly in front of you so that your entire body can be clearly seen from head to toe, unless you're teaching RPM. Then set the camera up at a 45-degree angle.
From this angle, we can see body positions, knee and ankle alignment, as well as pedal stroke. Check to see that the whole bike, plus a couple of feet above the bike, are visible within the picture.
If you're teaching a class with a lot of movement from side to side or front to back, have a friend watch your camera and let you know how far you can go in any direction. It's also a good idea to block off some space in front of your camera. Either line the floor with steps, or just have somebody stand guard.
If possible, turn your camera on a few minutes before you start to teach, and then let it run a few minutes after the end of your class. This gives your assessor a chance to see a little bit of your pre- and post-class interaction.
If your camera doesn't have enough memory, or if you're teaching a class that's in the middle of a schedule, don't worry about it. Just make sure that your entire class, from your class introduction all the way to the end of your final track, is included in your video.
Once you've completed a successful recording, watch your video from start to finish. Make sure that your camera is in focus and that you can be clearly seen. Also make sure that you can easily hear both your voice and your music. This is so that you can be assessed on each of the key elements.
When you get ready to turn your video in, follow the directions provided for online submission. Just know it may take a little bit of time to download. If you need it, you'll always have the option to mail in any form of hard copy with an assessment sheet attached. Make sure you make an additional copy for yourself. Anything you send in is not going to be returned.
Okay, now for a few program-specific details. If you're teaching body pump, stand in front of your bench. That way we can see that your feet are in the correct position. And only use one bar, please. If you're teaching RPM, make sure that the on-the-bike setup you learned in initial training is a part of your class introduction. And if you're teaching body flow, turn to the side and show a profile during sun salutations.
For those of you teaching CX Works, watch your video with your choreography notes in hand. Listen to make sure you're using compulsory cues. You can find them bolded in your choreography notes. In order to achieve competency in the key element of coaching, you must be using compulsory cues correctly. Okay, we're almost there. A few extra tips to help you get going. Start the filming process a couple of weeks before the deadline given to you in your initial training. Unforeseen things can happen. Your camera could die.
Your music player could die.
Your microphone could die.
The battery in your car could die. You just never know what could happen. So give yourself plenty of time to complete the process.
After you've watched your video, if you feel it wasn't your best effort, film again. That may mean that you need to film on a day where you aren't already teaching other classes. That way you'll be fresh. Sorry, no shadows or team teaching allowed. It has to just be you on your video.
And the last thing, push play and go. Stop the music as few times as possible while you're teaching your class. Now, once you've submitted your video, you can expect to get results back within 6 to 8 weeks.
So there you have it. Good luck. Have fun. One tribe.
Be brave.
Change the world.
Go away.